on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now come on in. Now come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Said I feel good. What's up, y'all? I feel good, baby. I feel good all over. Listen, what is going on, everybody? You and I have one lover's dream about, and we finally worked it out. Listen, before I get into dragging these notes, okay, y'all know it's my birthday week, right? My birthday is Monday. Okay, hold up. Birthday, bitch. Birthday, bitch. Birthday, bitch. Listen, I'm so excited about it. I'm gonna be in Houston. Shout out to the Houston people. I'm gonna be out there. Okay. So if you see me, say what's up. All right. Don't be staring at me, not saying nothing like weird motherfuckers do to me all the time, and they think I don't know that's what they doing. My audio is off. My audio's off. Oh, it probably hasn't switched over. Hold up, y'all. The power went out. That's what happened. Y'all can hear me though. All right, I'm coming. The power went out earlier, and I turned my shit back on, so I thought it was good, but I gotta reconnect. Hold up. I'm excited about the show though. I'm excited about the show though, and we are having a Ooh Ladies First panel tonight. Just so y'all know, it's a Ooh Ladies First panel tonight on Jamie's channel. Okay. Listen, I remembered it right this time on Jamie's channel. So y'all make sure y'all come through. Let's try this again. It's my motherfucking birthday this week, bitch. Hold up, what happened? There we go. Yeah, it wasn't connected. My bad, y'all. We back though. I can hear it now. We good. All right. So show me love or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, y'all, it's a lot. Y'all, I keep thinking about this before I get into the show because y'all see what it is. Remy Ma, Tory fans, weirdos, Kid Cudi, Diddy trial. We're gonna get into it. And I'm gonna try to get out of here in 2 hours because y'all know we got the Ooh Ladies First panel at 8:30. So I've been thinking about this. I was at the mall and these little girls walked past me having a conversation, and you could hear how one of the girls was trying to convince another one of the girls that she needed to forgive some guy, some little boy. And you could hear the girl say, he apologized. And the other girl says, that wasn't really an apology. The girl, that wasn't really an apology. And she was like, it kind of was. And then like goes on, but it was like you could hear her trying to plead for this nickel, whoever the little boy was. And I always shake my head in moments like that because I really want to pull the girl to the side. Just like a time I was, down to the club and some of the young women came in there and they were in the bathroom and they just be talking about their business in front of everybody because they don't give a fuck and I don't give a fuck neither. But talking about one of the dudes and it's like, they bucked up. They hot girls, they thoughts. Okay, so they excited. And one of the ones is like recognizing that what the girl is going through is abuse. She was like, that's abusive, friend. Like whatever they was talking about, she was like, that's abusive, friend. Like she told her, but it was like you could hear how they not really there yet. So they recognizing the shit, but they let other people talk them out of it. They let other people talk them out of what makes sense to them. Truly and really. And that's why I feel like you got to pay attention. As much as y'all think, oh, it's an agenda, it is. It's an agenda for people to be straight. It's an agenda for women to be running behind fucking men for their whole life. It's an agenda for men to work. It's an agenda for y'all to, be what, commercialized. Take more. Gimme. You know what I mean? Like even the way we do the fast content, it's like, nothing is ever enough. And I really find myself, now that I actually am into TikTok like that, having to push myself away from it and do other things that I enjoy doing. You know what I mean? That take me away from that take me away from other people's influences in such a manner. Okay. And I've been really enjoying Mama Tina Knowles' book, girl, because I'm still listening to it. I was listening to it today when the power went out earlier. So, you know, I'm gonna come back to y'all with something. But yes, unwind your eyes, niece. Unwind your eyes. It's never too late, girl. It's never too late to unwind your eyes. You do not have to stay in that space. Speaking of unwinding our eyes, I want to talk about something that happened on social media yesterday, right? So I don't know if y'all saw. Glow got a nose job. And this is the swelling, right? So eventually this swelling will go down, right? So y'all don't get too caught up on how it looks a little, little chunk. It's because the swelling will eventually go down. But this is what I like to call the black girl nose job. Everybody that goes into Hollywood at some point, every black girl that goes into Hollywood, I feel like is made to feel like something is wrong with her nose. So you got to go and get surgery. And the white girls do it too. Like, please don't misunderstand me. They do it first. But it's always been like white people do things black people don't really do. And then all of a sudden, after a while, black people start doing these things and it becomes in a way to be more Caucasian, to look more acceptable to them, to look more acceptable to their eye, whether we want to believe it or not. And I feel like we all knew that Glorilla had a big cauliflower nose, but she also has a wide set face and big eyes and big lips. And so her nose matched her face. And I thought she was a very beautiful girl. I actually enjoy Glow. I love Glow, for real. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Um, so it always saddens me when the ones that I really like start doing this to themselves. And it's not because I'm so against them having surgery, but in my mind, you have been beaten. That's what it feels like. Not beaten physically, but like in this war with outside entities to make you feel bad about who you are and how you show up in the world. There's consistently, I feel like, a war we go through, specifically as women. We go through this war with being what is considered beautiful for us, whatever that is. But like these extremes, we battle ourselves all the time, trying not to fall to what we feel like is bullying of our outward appearance. Like it's bullying you to look a certain way. It's bullying you to feel like something's wrong with your ass. You need a bigger ass. Your stomach is too big. You need a smaller stomach. Your titties are not big enough. Your titties are too big. You need to get a nose job. Your nose is too big. Your lips are too small. You have too big your jawline is too square. Like it's basically telling you consistently, all we receive all the time is something's wrong with you. You have to fix it. Something's wrong with you. You have to fix it. And what that means is something's wrong. You need to give somebody some money to fix whatever's wrong with you. That is a mind fuck. It's not real. It's a societal pressure that is added on to you by how you view people on social media, how you view people in movies, singers, any other people that you see around you who are deemed beautiful or uplifted in their beauty. You have your perspective and your viewpoint of them, and it makes you compare yourself to them. It's an automatic thing, it seems like. Okay. So I feel like you're always kind of going through this thing where you feel like, should I compare myself? And then you remind yourself, it's a trick. Don't do it. It's a trick. Don't do it. Don't compare yourself to other people. Live in your own space, because you recognize that when you are in your own world and you're not looking at anybody else to compare yourself to, you don't have a fucking problem with yourself. At least I don't. Like if you pay attention, y'all, when you are just by yourself, you do not pick yourself apart in the same way if you don't have something else to compare it to. We're not even supposed to be looking at our bodies the way we do. in mirrors and shit all the time, back reflected in phones and cameras, all of this shit. But I feel like you're always trying to fight a battle to remain authentic and love yourself, regardless of how we're constantly being inundated with the message that we need to fix something that's wrong with us. And when we lose this battle, we do shit like get BBLs, we do shit like get nose jobs. And I do feel like every woman needs to feel good about themselves, but on some level I feel like this is how we sell out. How we sell out. We sell out when we betray who we are for whatever this image is. Um ethic do you mean ethnic rhinoplasty? Used to make your nose smaller, but keep it like yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying that her nose job is bad. I'm just telling y'all how I feel about it when people do it. It feels like a battle that's been lost. That's what it feels like. I just ate. I'm sorry. But yeah, it makes me feel like there's a battle. There's an inner battle that was just lost. Someone that has now conceded to what society tells them they should look like versus how they actually look. But I also, I have things about myself that I feel like I could have surgically fixed if I wanted to. Not a lot of things, girl. Okay, I do think I'm not gonna play myself. I do think the genes did most of the work for me. But I also remember what it was like growing up and my dad pinching my nose all the time because he didn't want me to have a big cauliflower nose like him. So he would pinch my nose all the time. Just always it was a thing that he would do. Like just always pinching my nose, pinching my nose. And it was so I didn't have a big cauliflower nose. And because I didn't even, that's so funny to me how that's not even something that I had to bear. But because of the way he felt about himself, having a cauliflower nose, he impressed that on me, even though that wasn't something that was like my nose wasn't really gonna get any bigger. Like if you ever seen like pictures of me when I was a kid, I really look exactly the same. I was never really gonna be much more than this. Like as far as how I show up, my face was always gonna look the same. But I feel like instead of changing your mind about the nose and feeling like it's actually beautiful and like no, you decide I'm just gonna give into it and make it a thing to make myself feel bad about. You know what I mean? So I get it. I get it. I understand what it feels like to have something about yourself that you've probably always gotten picked on about. And now you have the opportunity to fix it. Yes, the Jackson 5 nose. They all went and got nose jobs. But when we look back on it, I feel like if you line up the old Jacksons to the new Jacksons, they all look better with the original noses. Like, I don't know what that's about. And even Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle has one of the best nose jobs that I have ever seen on a black woman in the celebrity industry. Okay. Patti LaBelle has one of the best nose jobs. But as she has gotten older, I now wonder, like, would she have looked younger for longer if she had not got a nose job? Because sometimes those features that are so rounded when we are younger, when we get older, those features start to become a little bit more angular. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you kind of retain your youth in a way. Cause I feel like it's the same thing with Halle Berry. Like Halle Berry went and got a nose job. I don't care what she tells people. Halle Berry went and got a nose job, and because she used to look exactly like my sister, like uncanny. Like I literally saw her in the Flintstones movie. Like a little meme came up, and I sent it to my sister, and I was like, "You need to dress like this for Halloween, bitch, because she looked just like you right here." Okay. And, she went and got that nose job. And now that she's older, sometimes I feel like you look older than you would have looked had you left your nose alone. Yeah, y'all don't know that Patty had a nose job because a lot of us don't remember Patty from when she was with LaBelle in the 60s, the time where vous Lady Marmalade, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Real Lady Marmalade. Yeah, that's my shit. I love LaBelle. There are some songs by LaBelle that I have to play at least once every quarter. And I mean play and belt out in my car. Isn't it a shame? Somehow such a love. Isn't it a shame? you have to laugh before you cry. Like, listen, they are the most theatrical singers, okay? But that shame. Oh, oh, you gotta laugh before you. Listen, you gotta be a good singer to sing like Patty. People don't know. You have to. People was talking about Aretha versus Patty, and I was like, y'all not about to play with Patty like this and say Patty just be screaming. Because if you really can sing and you know what it is to sing and to belt out, you know if you don't have the back of your throat open and rounded enough, that there's no amount of screaming that's gonna sound like what Patty does. That's a very, very talented woman, man, because it takes a special type of talent to be able to make your screams be rounded on the note. Stop playing with these people. Oh, oh, you gotta laugh before you. Isn't it a shame that such a love must end? Listen, please, LaBelle. Oh my God, no, Patty was a beast. Recently, I have gotten into like just buying records. I might know one song off the record and buy the whole record and just sit and listen to it, play my record player. And boy, that goddamn Patty album with with all of the the main songs on it that everybody loved from her during that era, with the fur, her and the man is walking and she got the fur on. I'm spacing on the name of the album right now, but y'all know because that's the one with all them songs that y'all really like that everybody remake all the time that were Patti LaBelle songs. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. But the one that the one that Keke Palmer sings all the time. I can't hear it because I'm still playing the LaBelle song in my head right now. Y'all know how that work when you trying to remember how the song go, but you're still playing the other song in your head. You can't help it. Oh my God. Yes. No. If you only knew that album, the album that one is on. That's a good ass album, y'all. That's a good album. And I mean from beginning to end. There's a song. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna move on. But because I be loving to give y'all this shit if y'all didn't know. Okay, because I'm a lover of just good music and movies and all of that shit. So if you ain't know about it, put you on your bitch. Okay, let me be your plug right quick. If you ain't know about if you only knew I'm in Love Again, the 1983 album. There's a song called Love Bankrupt on that album. Do y'all understand what I mean? Oh my God, the way I play Love Bankrupt in this bitch. Oh my God. I'm not gonna do this with y'all right now, okay? But I'm telling y'all right now, if you want to go listen to the whole album, the whole CD, bitch, that's one of them ones, okay? Hold up. Let me run off the list just right quick because it's only got 8 tracks. But if you only knew, and this is not the whole album, bitch. This is not the whole album because my I feel like my album got more than this on it. But if you only knew, but it's another one on here. Oh, Love, Need, and Want You. That's it. Love and need and want you, baby. I love and need and want you, baby. Love and need and want you, babe. And that's the one that used to be playing on the radio all the time back in the day. Love you and I need you, baby. I love you. I do more than you ever know. It's for sure. You can count on my love. Yeah, I feel like her first nose was better. Forevermore. Need you and I need you. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how when a bitch be in a good mood, she can't stop singing. Fuck with me or don't. I'm an entertainer. Okay? I'm an entertainer. All right, let's do this.
My issue with people is that you think that you can go into somebody's house, build a relationship, get close to those people, and then walk the fuck out and throw a grenade in that bitch and light it on fire And then you turn around and look back like you did nothing. You take no responsibility for what you've done to cause chaos in people's lives.
Specifics, ma'am. Give me some specifics.
That's my issue that I have. Because if we really want to talk about it, we have receipts, text messages, conversations showing where you have disrupted the peace in people's homes. That's why you owe people money. You owe your own children money. You owe your own children so much back pay because you don't take responsibility for what you're supposed to do as a father, as a businessman. That's why we're speaking up. So y'all can give zero all you want. My
as a father and as a motherfucking man.
So get ready. Because yes, I am mama. I am taking care of these babies. And guess what? I want you to live your best life. Do what you want to do. Travel, see the world, live your best life. But stop causing chaos in other people's lives and not taking responsibility for what you have to do to fix it. Fix it. Stop not paying people back. Stop ignoring the fact that you owe child support. Stop pretending like, oh, life is so grand and we're rich and we have all this money and we're just living our best lives and we don't care what we're doing to everybody else. We're just la 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 la. Just
y'all, I'm so fucking mad at Miles, y'all. Y'all know Messy Miles is one of my favorite content creators, right? Especially around Halloween, baby. That nigga said she looked like Andrew Caldwell. I'm tired.
everybody, we're living our best life. Okay, keep living your best life. But guess what? We're coming for you. We're coming for you because you still owe money. You still need to take responsibility. And if you don't want to do it, we're going to make you.
That's why there's child support. Just so y'all didn't know. What's the baby crying? Oh my God. Evelyn Lozada, since you want to bring up my ex, let's talk about your man's ex. She's still waiting on her child support for her 3 and 4-year-old. Your man has court in Cobb County on July 4th. I'm sorry, June 4th. I feel like everybody got a case that week. He's already skipped 2 hearings. You've got standards for the clothes you wear, but not for the dicks you suck. Oh, for the dicks you suck. Wow. Yeah, I may have been married for a short time, but I love the stepkids God placed in my life. Where are yours while you were out chomping on lab-made carrots? His kids, ages 3 and 4, were living in an Airbnb. You're right. We're not the same, and we never will be, bitch. You're a bum in real life, not just on TV. Jen, since you want to chomp, your man's stepkids would like to eat too. Have you checked on them? Given them a bath? Cooked for them? Read them a bedtime story? Didn't think so. You're a bum in real life, not just on the screen. Jen, let me help you find the ex's child support case since you brought up my ex. Here's the link provided. Since you want to bring up my ex, let's talk about your man's ex. She's still waiting on her child support. Oh my God, this is so ridiculous. But also just another example of these niggas not handling their responsibilities, not doing what they supposed to be doing, and the women that be out here windmilling on their behalf, girl. Just another example of that. Now, wait a minute. I want to go there next, but I'm going to wait because I want all my stories to be succinct, bitch. It be hard sometimes. All right. And so he responded with a t-shirt with Jennifer all over it. Girl, the games these niggas play.
Toxic to the point where I wasn't going to bring this up, but I was actually physically abused and I could have pressed charges. See, this is the thing that men don't come out and talk about. We're told to shut the fuck up, right? And not talk about it. But I was actually physically abused, which I actually have on video, right? Because here's the thing about domestic disputes, whether it's the male or the female. Typically, if the male is causing some type of force or inflicting any type of physical suffering or injury on a woman or a female, the cops get called. No matter if you have bruises, marks, whatever, the man gets locked up. He gets put into custody. I could have been.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Sometimes they take both of them. Sometimes they arrest the woman. Sometimes they will pick them both up and let the man go. I've seen that happen. Like it doesn't always go that way. Because men think that way, and because so many men are victims, like they're victims. Like everything happens to them. They do it to other people, but everything happens to them. Right. And so because of that, there are so many police officers that are willing to look the other way in domestic disputes because at large, they themselves are abusers. So yeah, no, it doesn't always go that way, sir.
Been that person that said, you know what, this is physical assault. I could call the police and get you locked up. But no, I didn't do that because at the end of the day, I don't wish it on anybody. And number two, I would not do that to the mother of my kids. It got toxic to the point where I wasn't going to bring this up, but I was actually physically abused.
It got toxic to the point that you were actually physically abused. That sounds like to me, and that's because I actually hear with the shit that people be saying. To me, if you want to put a scenario on some shit and we don't really know, but we want to put a scenario on a situation, when you tell me some shit like that, it makes me feel like you were antagonizing her or you were negging her until she gave you the response you were trying to get so that you could make her the bad guy. Because a lot of times y'all do shit like that. I know a lot of dudes that were abusive that like to provoke. Like it's how they can sometimes provoke a response because their victims have learned how to cut off all of their responses. Their victims walk around the house on eggshells. So they've learned how to not trigger certain angers. When a nigga can't find a trigger, he'll like start agging you and negging you so that you will get upset, and then he can have a response. He can have something to say. This is the reason why I hit you. This is the reason why we got into this fight. It was because of you. And really, no. That's really not how that be happening sometimes. Not all the time. Because y'all, I want y'all to understand. I know these hoes don't be shit. I'm aware that there are like a group of bitches at the bottom. But guess what? There are way more niggas down there. Way more.
And I see the kids, it becomes a thing of, oh yeah, most definitely. You can come get them. You guys can spend time with them. It becomes something like it's like playing tug of war, because 1 week you're good, and then the next week your hormones are all over the place, and then now, oh, you can't see them. Fathers deal with this all the time with single moms because they're bitter. And the bitterness did not start until I got married, right? Because even before Jennifer and I got married, we were trying to work it out. We said we were going to meet up and we were going to establish a written agreement, because when you have a written agreement outside the court, you can go through mediation, you can have a written agreement, you can have it.
I'm going to tell you right now. All of this talking, and y'all, I talk a lot, but I hope you know I'm not just talking to talk. Like, I'm talking to say some shit. We talking about some shit. I got some shit to say. I'm pontificating. That's what we here for. Okay. This nigga is talking to create word salad. It's another attempt to tire one out. Like, I think men like him, especially like shorter men, I don't know how tall he is, but like men period, but specifically shorter men, I feel like they take a special interest in creating banter with women. I don't know what that's about, but what I will say is that when men have learned how to argue with women, their standpoint is not to win the argument, but to tire you out. So you will say something that disputes their argument. They will ignore it. They won't move on from there. You won't find peace. They will then just circle right back around to their original statement, even though you've already answered it, already corrected it, whatever the issue was, but they will circle right back around to it. This is when you realize you just want to argue. Oh, you just want to argue like the Tory Lanez fans. You just want to argue. You are getting off on this in some way. And a lot of the men, and that's the women and the men, but the men, I feel like the ones I've actually heard be upset about this, you're projecting your own, like you see your anger issues. You know that you're the type of nigga that would shoot a woman. And so seeing him actually be reprimanded makes you scared that one day you will be reprimanded. And so you're going through this battle within yourself that really is you defending yourself in a situation like Tory Lane's situation, but not him exactly. But you see yourself in him because y'all are crazy in the same way. Y'all are abusers in the same way, right? You're upset. I'm gonna let him continue, but he's talking too fucking much.
Attorney deal with it. You can get it signed off, you get it notarized.
Hey, Seven.
And guess what? That is the agreement. And I see the kids, it becomes a thing of, oh yeah, most definitely. You can come get them. You guys can spend time with them. It becomes something like it's like playing tug of war, because 1 week you're good, and then the next week your hormones are all over the place, and then now, oh, you can't see them. Fathers deal with this all the time with single moms because they're bitter. And the bitterness did not start until I got married, right? Because even before Jennifer and I got married, we were trying to work it out. We said,
I thought you said that the relationship was toxic.
we're going to meet up.
If the relationship was toxic, how was everything good when y'all broke up? Like, and now things are a problem again?
And we were going to establish a written agreement, because when you have a written agreement outside the court, you can go through mediation, you can have a written agreement, you can have an attorney deal with it, you can get it signed off, you can get it notarized. And guess what? That is the agreement. And I see the kids.
Yeah, he's just talking. You just wanted to call her bitter. And the truth of the matter is, did you pay the child support? Like, cause you flossing on the internet though. Like you having $200,000 weddings in other countries, in Paris and shit. Did you pay the child support? Like, at the end of the day, I really, she could be the worst baby mama in the world. You still supposed to pay child support. And when I say the worst baby mama, I mean she could absolutely not like your ass. She could, be trying to run you for your ends, whatever you want to say. But the truth of the matter is, you're out here flossing and you haven't paid the back child support you owe for the 3 and 4 year old. These aren't like 9 and 10-year-old kids. The 3 and 4, nigga. So that means whatever she got going on, she's responsible for 2 toddlers. And you're flying around the world with Jennifer's money. So this is why you don't be Jennifer. This is why you don't be Jennifer. Because any woman who is in the other woman's situation would feel like, bitch, what? So he dropped 2 babies off on me. Leave me go get with you, basically scamming everybody around, not sending me no money for these fucking kids that he left me with. But y'all flossing and you got a bag? If I was her, I would probably be coming for your bag too. And you could call it bitter. And I'm going to just say, I think women are entitled to be angry when they have to do everything on their own and still be the bad guy in a situation. I think women have every right to be upset when men leave them with the energy of taking care of 2 small children without their aid while they're on the television screen, on the internet, all over the place, shining and flossing while owing back child support. I think if men get mad and don't want to help with the children, if you get another man, if you out here, like they don't want to, let him raise the baby. Like, so it's okay when men don't give a fuck about their children because you got a man, right? That's fine. But you can just go fly off with a new woman and be living your best life and leave me struggling with these 2 children. That's cool too. Oh, it just fuck women. It's just, y'all be out here talking about, y'all just hate men. No, y'all just hate women. And y'all be telling on yourselves. Because if this is all men to y'all, when we talking about Tory Lanez, when we talking about DDG, the men out there that want to defend these men and then adopt a mentality that with all of the fucking words we use that make sentences, that make sense, that make paragraphs, bitch. Okay, with all of the explanation we give about why we don't like these men because they're unsafe for us. And y'all still turn around and make it seem as if we just bitter and hating and just hate men in general. And it's just like, no, because see, if you think that this is all men, then we should hate you niggas. If you think all of the men are like DDG, if you think all of the men are like Tory Lanez, if you think all of the men are like Christian Gold, if you think all of the niggas are scamming and abusing in one way or another at whatever level that they're doing it, then yeah, I think we should hate you niggas. Like, but you letting me know I should, and it is all of y'all. Every time y'all comment on one of these posts about these men talking about, oh, y'all hate all men. If this is your example of all men, then yes. If this is your example of all men, then it's all men. They don't even understand how they're perpetuating that when they argue on behalf of these niggas. Because you're not even separating yourself from the men you claim are the bad guys. You know, all you fake nice niggas. That be y'all on the internet arguing with women all day. Hold up. Okay. Erica Lindsay, are you new here or something? Are you new here or something? Or am I I want to be sure. I want to be sure about what you're saying here. Are you saying that there's a gay agenda that has been plastered in everyone's face for the longest now? Is that what you're saying? And what's the longest now? Because see, for me, I feel like everybody's been like brutalized into being straight for way longer than y'all have been seeing like gay people in the media. Like the gay bars being burned down in like the 60s and in the 70s and shit like that. Like gay people being, killed and assaulted out on the streets. Like, no, it feels like y'all have absolutely been forcing people to be straight. Your agenda of forcing everybody to be straight, it feels like that's been going on for a far longer time. But I just want to be clear. But like, I feel like, we can go back like into history with the homophobia. I feel like we can find it like all over the place. So to me, the homophobia is in fact the straight agenda. That's the straight agenda. You're forcing people to be straight. Y'all do force people to be straight. Y'all will never allow people to just be gay. Y'all don't want people to be gay. Y'all want people to be straight. Y'all feel like there's something wrong with people being gay. You do. And you feel like everybody should be forced to be straight and then they should have to fight to be gay. That's what y'all really feel like. I don't know. Yeah, no, she's behind. And when she catches up, I want her to be clear. So moving on from him, like what the fuck was that? I think there's one more for this story. Don't y'all love my lives? I think there's one more. There was some Caucasian. Yeah, here we go. So, family of Jennifer Williams' husband with a message for Evelyn.
Okay. Why don't you talk about what's going on in your house? Like your baby daddy, go pay his artists. He owe his artists. Don't he his failed record company? Like, dude, don't you owe Meg? Don't you owe these people? Go pay these people. Won't she worry about that? Like your daughter is living in the house with you. Y'all don't get no financial support because all his checks going to BMI. Why don't you talk about these kind of things? Like, I don't know. You're so invested in what Jen and Christian got going on, but you don't want to talk about the things that's going on in your household.
Well, you don't want nobody else to talk about the things.
Yeah. You say I shouldn't talk about your daughter. The game has fucked you and your daughter. Okay. Right. They got pictures where you and Tiffany and Shawnee and your daughter is all there while you was pregnant. But then your daughter go and fuck the same dude you didn't fuck who y'all friends. Like he didn't ran a train on y'all at this point.
Yikes.
You know, I'm just saying, like, you know, don't your baby daddy owe people's money, drown in his goddamn pool. He got sued for that. It's a lot of topics that we could talk about. Bitch, Evelyn, you was pregnant with Carl's child at the same time his own daughter was just 5 months old. Bitch, do the math. Talk about that. He was with his ex while you was pregnant. Talk about that. There's so much other shit that you could be talking about. Jen, Christian and this girl was broken up before he even got with Jen. But you around here fucking a nigga who got a wife. And his child 5 months, and his child 5 months, you 6 months pregnant. Bitch, can you add? But that's just who you are. You talk about everything, but let me tell you something, bitch. You go low, I'm going straight to hell. I can give a fuck.
We could tell.
Okay.
We could tell, girl. We could tell you could give a fuck. So, ma'am, all of that may be true, right? All of that may be true. But I'm just not over how much energy is being exhausted to argue that the scammer isn't a scammer. Like, he's a scammer. He's a like, he has a record. Like, it's on record. He's been to jail. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, it just kind of feels like y'all are doing what the niggas do sometimes, where it's like, are y'all masturbating through your love of a man? Like, what's happening? But I think it's weird how they're like fighting, but there's some nigga in the middle of everything. There's always some nigga in the middle. Like, to see older women, right? Like, because like as I've gotten older, you guys, I don't want to scream and holler. Like, I don't want to like exert my energy in that way. Like, especially not in real life. In real life, anytime somebody makes me feel like I'm about to be going off, I just leave. I'm not raising my pressure. I don't want to. Fuck you. I don't want to, right? When I can engage in banter and know that, you know, this motherfucker's stupider than me, I'm gonna win this argument very easily. So I'll play this game for fun. Like, I'm not doing anything. Why not? Like, I have these moments, but ultimately, like, people are so like, why should I even exchange energy with you right now? This is too much. And that's how I feel about this family shit. Like, y'all are online screaming into a cell phone about a nigga that absolutely did all the shit that everybody's saying he did. Like, I could understand if he didn't do it, but he did it. And y'all are online arguing on his behalf, bringing up all of the shit that Evelyn and her weird ass has done, and, you know, the situation with the game and that weird ass shit, because you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but it's just given, not y'all being mad at each other because everybody's a pick me. Not we're arguing about who the best pick me is. Girl, huh? It's a lot. It's a lot. But in real life, you want to be in a mess because you want attention, because he's now connected to basketball wives. Jen is being scammed by way of this man's family. Like, bitch, they know who you are. You think they're not being nice to you because there's something to be gained from being nice to you, like a little bit of fame, attention. Especially if you're like, you know, I used to be a baddie type girl. Okay, girl. I don't care that Jen is letting these people use her, because I don't feel like Jen is actually a good person either. So it's like, girl, I think this is when the bad people find each other and then destroy each other. And I think we should all want that. Like, I think we should not feel bad for Jen. We should feel like at this point, you're like 50. We've gotten enough lessons in. You're still making the same types of decisions. At this point, it seems as if you're doing it out of spite or something, like, you know, to give the world the finger, girl. I don't fucking know. But it does feel like at this point, you're down there, he's down there, and now y'all are down there together, and y'all can destroy each other, however that will play out for y'all. But I just feel like as long as y'all are not with other people, that's what it feels. It just feels like as long as Christian isn't with someone who is completely like, you know, oblivious, As long as Christian is not somewhere taking advantage of some, woman that I could actually feel sorry for, yeah, and it don't take much for me to feel sorry for a bitch. Please be clear. I don't care about most of the shit y'all be caring about. Looks and body counting and all of this foolishness shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And I can say that he's a scammer, but at this point, it's almost like she's getting off on having a storyline by being with scammers. She wants a story. She's doing it for the plot. I'm gonna let her have it. Go ahead, girl. You be great. You be great, girl. We'll see. Let's move on. I really want to, because we're going to Remy. We're going to Remy. But Tiana Taylor denies shouting racial insults at Amon Shumpert as judge to toss his contempt case. I think we already know this. Like, we already know that you didn't do this. And we're just going to wait and find out what happens. But we know that this is one of them times where a man does have money, so he can have a woman going back and forth to court in order to further abuse her, tiring her out. Please understand how men understand the concept of tiring you out. Think about it, women. Think about it. And not just women, listen, I'm saying men because we're talking about a man right now. But there are women that do this too. People that tire you out, zunk you all your fucking energy. Check on it. But people like this are always trying to find semantics and loopholes to take advantage of. And a black woman yelling to her black husband, "Fuck you, nigga," is not a racial slur, and we all know it. But in this day and age of Meta and Facebook and Instagram that pushes things through algorithms that don't understand nuance, then here you are with someone being able to use how social media is a computer that isn't always computing certain things that are, vital to the situation. Like, y'all ever notice how, at one point they just kind of put you can't say the N-word type of thing on Instagram, even if you're black, whereas before they didn't have that on there. So, or if somebody watched it, they would see you were black and then be like, "Oh, this isn't a racial thing. This is just black people saying the word nigga because they speak it as a pronoun in their vernacular because it was screamed at them so heavily for such a long period of time." My God. It's just like bitch. Like, that's why women be like, bitch. It's because you're so used to being called a bitch by some nigga. Like, at some point, you just be like, bitch, I guess we some bitches then, girl. You feel, okay, I guess. And then you see how these niggas act like bitches sometimes, and you be like, well, I guess we all bitches, child. You ain't shit and I ain't shit. I guess we both ain't shit. That's where I'm at with it at this point, bitch. All right? I forgot to add this on, y'all, to the Glorilla situation. I will edit this on to the Glorilla situation when I put it on Bondi Blue Bites. But girl, when she was up here, girl, yesterday, we was all in the comments trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, right? Glorilla posted a story with a Tory Lanez track on it. It said, "I'm forever grateful for the heart I have, the way I love, the way I treat people, my pure intent. It's all a blessing." And it was a Tory Lanez song. And I guess Meg must have saw that shit because they follow each other, and Meg unfollowed her immediately, expeditiously, without pause, because we've had enough, as we discussed yesterday. Okay, we've had a fucking enough. And then I guess it must have got back to Glow, and Glow must have said something to her. And then when you typed it in again, Meg was following Glow again. Meg is on top of this shit. I'm not dealing with this shit no more. I feel the same way, girl. Anytime somebody says anything in defense of Tory Lanez, I am blocking you. I'm calling you an abuser because that's what you are, and I'm blocking you. But Glorilla said, I don't internet. That means I don't do internet shit, and I don't do mess. It was an innocent repost, y'all. BSN, whatever the fuck that mean. But I believe her. I believe it because I do that too. Sometimes I don't hear the music on the post, but I like the post. And so I share it to my stories. And then later I'll go back and hear the music that was on there if I go through my stories. But when I first posted it, I didn't hear the song. And it's not, when you post a story, it don't be above like it is when somebody views it. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm glad. Because, bitch, I was already mad about the nose job. I really didn't want to be mad about my two faves getting into it. Like, I really didn't want that for us. I could deal with Cardi not fucking with everybody. Like, you know, like not being a girl's girl, all of that shit. I could deal with that from Cardi, bitch. I cannot deal with that from Glorilla. I can, Gloria, hallelujah, bitch. Even if, because my whole thing was, if you and Meg ever was to fall out, the one thing I'm gonna need for you to never do is to not be on this nigga side. Like, I think that takes it to another level. I don't care how much I don't like somebody. If they did some shit like, you know, pew pewed my friend or pew pew somebody, I don't give a fuck. We could fall out. I'm still not fucking with that nigga. He might pew pew me. The fuck? That's what y'all don't be understanding. Like, and that's the weird part to me. Once somebody then did some shit like this to somebody, they'll do it to you. They will do it to you. A time will come. A time will come where you'll say some shit, do some shit, whatever it's gonna be, and you will find out that they're exactly the fucked up person that somebody said they was. I don't know what made you feel any different. Okay? But this is the look, y'all know they was up there. It wasn't no that press conference and all of that, y'all. It was all cap. It was all bullshit. This is why I said it is a concentrated effort to cleanse his record, to try to get him absolved and get him out of jail, as if social media and Google is going to protect him from the ramifications of his actions. When we were looking him up yesterday, what we found is that they have scrubbed his prior history on the internet. Those stories about him, the August Alsina story is even hard to find. And now they're saying that he wasn't a felon, but you're not supposed to have a gun in a car in California. So that was why he ended up getting caught up anyway. But either way, we're about to go through the PowerPoint presentation that presents all of the different variants of evidence. And the reason why I didn't need the evidence, even though I was so happy with the evidence once we all got it and we saw what was going on, the reason why is because I am not a stupid person. I'm always going to look at it from a very, like, I have certain, you know, not morals, but I have certain ideas that check. Like, I have checks and balances in my mind about the way shit's supposed to work. And I always leave room. I always leave room to be wrong because nobody knows everything. And I'm never going to hem myself up like that and act like I do. That's too hard to hold up. That's not the type of person I am. I'm never going to always be right. And that's the reason why I'm right most of the time, because I am okay with being wrong. Which means I am going to actually dig into the situation, trying to look at it from the other standpoint before I really get to the point that I am right now with this shit, which is that y'all need to fucking stop. This is abuse at this point. I feel abused. I'm sure Meg feels abused. All of us that are tired of arguing with stupid motherfuckers feel abused now. And this is the reason why back in the day, when somebody like a cult member would go to jail, they would stop them from being able to communicate with people out in the world. Because this is the type of shit that the rest of us have to deal with when somebody has a cult-like following for no fucking reason. Okay? Because this don't make no sense. The nigga music is not that good. He's not that attractive. And he was not popping like that for y'all to act like this at the numbers that y'all do. At this point, it's a whole bunch of men and women on the internet defending this man that are just enjoying being on the anti-Megan train. You're just enjoying it at this point. And you want to abuse and trigger and antagonize and get energy and negative responses from people because of it. Like, you want that response. And when we understand that that's the response that you want, I'm going to start starving you motherfuckers of it. I'm just going to get up here and tell the story. But in them comments, you're an abuser, blocked. Ain't no arguments, ain't no conversations. Don't waste your time. You're an abuser, blocked. So let's get into it. Daystar Peterson admitted to shooting Megan Pete. On July 12th, first of all, it says... what did it was like the extreme evidence. There was a what a one that, not this one, Jussie. Where is it at? Because there was one that actually said, or maybe that's the one I saw in the DMs, but it was like the extreme amount of evidence that proved this nigga did it. Okay, that was basically what it said. Okay, Meg's lawyers, Alex Spiro, put this out. On July 12, 2020, just hours after violently shooting Megan Pete, Daystar Peterson called Kelsey Harris from jail and admitted to shooting Pete. The following text is from the recorded jail call. So because there are people in the comments, this is not evidence. This is not evidence. It says here, the following text is from the recorded jail call, meaning that the proper channels, not you, not the internet, but I do believe somewhere on the internet, if they haven't scrubbed it, there is that phone call because it was leaked at some point after the trial. There is a phone conversation that is recorded, so you could hear it if you were provided that proof, because the jury was. I have to explain this to slow motherfuckers who think that this is not evidence because I don't know what. They didn't want to read. That's usually what it is, because, again, stupid motherfuckers. Okay. This is what the jail call said, but it's written down because they cannot give you an audio on a PowerPoint, is what I'm guessing. This is what Tory said from the jail call that was recorded. Anybody that has ever called a jail call will know they record them. It tells you. I know Megan, probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, Lane said. But I just want you to know, bruh, I was just so fucking drunk. I ain't even know what the fuck I was. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. They bleeping stuff out. Like, I don't know why. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, dead ass. Something, never do something. I guess I'd, and they blocked out I'd. Come on, y'all. We're grown. We can read curse words. I'd never do something like that. I was just so fucking drunk. Nigga. I just didn't understand what the fuck was going on, bruh. Regardless, that's not going to make anything right, and that's not going to make my actions right. This is what he said. There in the comments, he never said he shot her. So what the fuck do you think he's talking about when he says he doesn't know what the fuck was going on? He was just so drunk, but that's not going to make anything right. What do you think he was talking about if he wasn't talking about the shooting? Come on, stupid motherfuckers. Give me a reason. Harris confirmed Peterson shot Pete. Text messages minutes after the shooting. Harris texts Pete's security guard. Help. Tory shot Meg and handled me. 911. Sunday, July 12th. 7:27 a.m. Harris, September 14, 2022, interview with prosecutors. On September 14, 2022, Harris, in the presence of her attorney and husband, participated in a recording interview with prosecutors and an investigator. Harris admitted to prosecutors that she witnessed Peterson shooting the gun, definitely in Miss Pete's direction. Harris confirmed Peterson offered her and Pete $1 million to stay silent. Peterson begged Pete and Harris to keep quiet, offering each a bribe of $1 million. I want to know what Tory was doing to get $1 million. People in the music industry do not make money like that. They don't. So I really want to know. And then a lot of his songs were samples. So I want to know, how are you making enough money to give two people $1 million to lie on the stand for you and pay these lawyers' fees? I need somebody to follow the fucking money. Alex Spiro, Meg's lawyer, somebody needs to follow the money, because where's the money coming from at this point? Peterson begged Pete and Harris to keep quiet, offering each a bribe of $1 million. The question: so what is Tory saying to you? Answer: I don't remember anything he was saying to me in that moment. But when we got into the car and we heard the police sirens, now he's saying, please don't say anything. I'll give y'all $1 million. I can't go to jail. I already got caught with a gun before. Don't tell on me. That's where we got that from. That he already, wasn't supposed to have a gun. Did he offer $1 million so that you wouldn't say anything about this case? He mentioned the $1 million. To me, that makes me understand that Tory is well versed in the legalities of street life. As soon as he heard the sirens, somebody's wiping the gun off, y'all. I just want y'all to know, as soon as the sirens are heard, somebody's doing whatever they can to obscure the DNA that was on the gun. As soon as you hear the sirens, okay? Peterson's story has evolved over the years. First lie, Peterson initially claimed that Pete was never shot, but stepped on broken glass. Second lie, at trial, Peterson's lawyers argued that Harris, not Peterson, was the shooter. Third lie, Peterson claimed the LAPD lost or misplaced a firearm and bullet fragments. Dr. Lee Henrumo of Cedars-Sinai Medical Center's orthopedic surgery department testified that surgery was necessary to remove bullet fragments from Miss Pete's foot. Now, to be very clear, I was online that night. I saw the pictures of her foot my fucking self. I saw the picture of her foot. I saw the bullet fragments. I pulled it up many times. I don't need, what the fuck? It's not even arguing about if she got shot. At trial, Peterson's counsel argued that Harris, not Peterson, was the shooter. There is no evidence that my client intentionally shot a firearm, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all hear that? It says that there's no evidence that he intentionally shot it. Intentional, meaning intent, meaning you can't prove that he was trying to shoot her. And I believe that's because he was firing at her feet and said, "Dance, bitch." But firing a gun 5 times in somebody's direction is very much giving at least manslaughter. You were trying to physically harm her with a pistol. At trial, Peter, he could have killed her. He could have, even shooting at the ground. It could have ricocheted off the ground and hit her in the chest, hit her in the head. Like, it could have happened. It just didn't. At trial, Peterson's counsel argued that Harris, not Peterson, was the shooter. Hold up, what else was I reading from this? Because it's hard to see. Intentionally shot. Okay, so it says the only person who in the record intentionally shot a firearm was Kelsey Harris. When my client's in the back of the car and I can't see what that say. And something got out. There is no evidence he shot. So that's what his lawyer was saying. We know because exactly. Here's the evidence. Tory Lane says that's not true when somebody says people saying Kelsey shot her. Tory Lane says that's not true. Okay. So he told us Kelsey didn't do it. Harris' DNA was not on the gun. It says, indeed, as the major contributor, 90% of the DNA on the firearm was known to come from a man. It could not have come from a female such as Harris. So if I'm smart, I'm going to deduce that the only other men was the driver. If the driver had done it, they'd have said it. Like, come on. DNA evidence shows the DNA on the gun came from a man, not a woman. Peterson's DNA could not be excluded from the gun. Peterson had his own DNA expert testify at trial. Both prosecution and defense DNA experts reached the same conclusion. Peterson could neither be included nor excluded as a contributor to the DNA found on the weapon, which means they did something to tamper with the gun. Meaning you put hand sanitizer or something else on the gun to fuck up the prints. So they couldn't get the prints, but there was still DNA, skin, sweat, all of that. You may not be able to get somebody's DNA markers from that, but you could test the sweat or the skin cells to see if it's male or female. So let's continue on. Unsworn rumors being spread as fact. Bradley James, allegedly a former bodyguard of Harris, claims overhearing Harris admit to shooting the firearm. But James was not an eyewitness to the shooting. He was not present at the scene of the crime. James has never provided sworn testimony or been subject to cross-examination. James has not publicly addressed these claims himself. Peterson's team merely alleges what James said. Despite being cited as a key source, James failed to appear at the press conference to support these allegations. Nor King, what does that say? Amiel Holland Briggs, former content moderator for blogger Milagro Cooper, testified under oath that Peterson admitted to Cooper that Pete was shot when a gun went off during a struggle. Peterson publicly claimed Pete merely stepped on glass, directly contradicting his own private admission, a fabrication that was subsequently amplified by his social media surrogates, including Cooper. Peterson declined to call, what is that? Jaquan? Yeah, okay. Peterson declined to call Jaquan Smith, his bodyguard and driver, as a witness, although Smith was available and present at court. Smith spoke to the judge in chambers. Smith's declaration came only after trial. Smith has never been subject to cross-examination. So it's not even the same security guard, child. The man was at the courthouse and Daystar did not call him to the front to testify on his behalf. It says, I just highlight to the court, Your Honor. Oh, that is so fucking small. I wish I wanna blow it up. I know I have it. Let me see. Will it blow up for me? Y'all, they be making it so hard to blow shit up. Like, why is it this hard? Like, look at this shit, y'all. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay. No, it's not. It's not better when it's that far away. What it says. I'm sorry, y'all. It's so small. I can't. Let me pull it up on my phone so I can see. Because some of it I can see and some of it I just cannot. Oh my God. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did you go? Because I have the actual, like, I got the shit from Twitter, but for some reason it won't, like, it won't move. Like, where are the other pages so I could blow this shit up? Okay, you gotta slide extra hard, y'all. You gotta slide extra fucking hard. It's a lot of slides in this shit. Hold up. I'm trying to get to the one. There you go. There you go, bitch. Hold up. All right. Mr. See, that's why I couldn't say that, read that shit. I don't know what the fuck that say. What's more newsworthy? You got shot by Kelsey or you got shot by Tory Lanez with 12 million people following? What's more interesting? What's more important? That's what his lawyer said, child. That's hilarious. That's what this says. That's not the one I was trying to read, but that's another one. Child, hold up. I'm trying to get it right so I can see it, but it's so small, y'all. It's so small. It won't let me move the screen. Indeed, as the major contributor of the DNA on the firearm was known. Okay, we read that one. Let's see. Gun found under Peterson's seat. Semi-automatic firearm recovered directly under Peterson's seat. Weapon was still warm to touch and in slide lock position. All rounds fired. Spent cartridge cases from scene matched to his handgun. Gunshot residue detected on Peterson's hands. Did y'all hear that? Gunshot residue on Peterson's hands. Y'all heard that? Are y'all hearing me? Okay. Hold up. Right where the defendant was sitting, right where he was sitting, still warm, There was not, this is just a repeating of what I just said. Okay. So y'all know they always talking about his fingerprint there, his DNA wasn't on the gun. Well, guess what? DNA from the gun was on him. How about that? How about that? Okay. Claim. Peterson claimed the LAPD lost or misplaced the firearm and bullet fragments. Truth. The firearm, magazine, bullet castings, and bullet fragments remain in LAPD custody. And we keep talking about this. Like, they keep bringing this shit up over and over and over again. It's really exhausting. Hold up. Okay, I read that one because they didn't post all of them, y'all. And I have all of them right here. Hold up. This the part I was trying to read earlier. I just highlight to the court, Your Honor, and on top that, and that's partly why we want Jaquan Smith. He was present at that location. But even without Jaquan Smith, I think Mr. Sean Kelly's testimony and the GSR on Miss Harris' handgun that was done by, that's why. Miss Harris' handgun that was done by LAPD is sufficient evidence for a third party culpability. It feels like they're saying the gun was Kelsey's gun, but I think it's because she claimed it. That's probably why they gave her immunity, because she had a dirty gun. It sounds like they had a gun that wasn't registered to anybody. So if the gun is not registered to anybody and it was Kelsey's gun, and I don't think it was, y'all. I think Kelsey said it was her gun and they gave her immunity for having the gun. But the truth of the matter is there was no female DNA on the gun, which means it really wasn't her gun, but she said it was her gun. That's what that sounds like to me. Y'all tell me how y'all feel down in the comments. Independent witness testified he saw the short guy shoot the girl, who then fell onto the middle of the road and was bleeding. Confirmed shooter had his arms outstretched, fired 4 or 5 shots, and had something in his hand with the noise and the flashes. So there is a independent witness who said they saw him shoot. Peterson's team has recently claimed that they have obtained ring footage that supposedly exonerates Peterson. Not so. Ring audio is not new. It was admitted into evidence at trial as trial exhibit number 12 and was considered by jury. And y'all know I played that audio of the shooting for y'all. Y'all heard that shit. That was not enough time for somebody else to switch hands and then, repoint and trigger 2 times like that. It wasn't enough time for that for me, at least in my opinion. Either way, Peterson had the opportunity to testify at trial and tell his side of the story. He did not. That's what's stated here. Let me see. Unsworn rumors, Daystar Peterson, Milagro Cooper, Bradley James, meaning that these are the current people that are putting stories out that is inconsistent with evidence, that never testified, did not swear under penalty of perjury to tell the truth. The jury unanimously found Peterson guilty based on the facts, not unsubstantiated claims from niggas on the internet. I added that last part. But yeah, y'all, this is basically all of the evidence, and I appreciate Alex Spiro for giving us this, because we just need our ammo to argue with these stupid motherfuckers when we feel like it. Despite Mr. Langs being convicted at trial by overwhelming evidence that included his own admission of guilt, he and his team, flanked by any ignorant person they can find, have pushed whatever misleading narrative they can. One by one, their misleading statements unravel, and all that is left is the simple truth. He was convicted by overwhelming evidence, and those who seek to traumatize the victim of the crime should be called out as foolish bullies, which is why I'm calling all you motherfuckers abusers, and I'm blocking you, because I'm not about to keep allowing y'all to make my fucking head hurt with this crazy shit. He did it. Hang it up. Flat screen. Now let's move on, because I can't be here all day. Remy Ma went on live today. Remy Ma was on live for an hour. These are some of the highlights.
Ponytails. My air, I've never breathed so freely in my, okay? I I couldn't take it anymore. I said, hey, this ain't what it is. We can't keep doing this. We took the truth. You will probably literally like people will cry if they knew the truth. Like literally cry. Like cry. Cry. I look at it now and I feel sorry for old girl. Like I feel sorry for her because I know the circles that's being ran and wrapped around over there. Like I would cry. I feel bad. I feel bad. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Hello. Hello. Oh, I'm on live. I thought y'all was calling me to tell me to get off live. No, I'll call you back. How am I going outside? Because I'm not sitting here telling y'all everything that happened. That in a marriage, if you've never been married, you understand? If you've never been married, you wouldn't understand the bond that's supposed to be between two people. You wouldn't understand that. You wouldn't understand. Hold on, what you saying? Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, not unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand? But I don't care what people think. Can't nobody with a revolving door on a coochie tell me I'm for the streets. I've been with the same man. I was with the same man for almost 20 years. Can't nobody tell me I'm for the street and make me feel some type of way? Are you crazy? Can't nobody tell me, oh, you fumbled it. It's so funny watching people like, you had a good husband. He's only had one wife. The only person that can tell y'all if he's a good husband or not. And when he was, I told y'all that. I told y'all. When shit was cool, when shit was like, when it was what I thought it was, I kept it a being. When it's not, when it wasn't, I ain't say nothing. I dealt with it. I ain't never met a bitch. I've been waiting for somebody to just use a little bit of common sense. I ain't never met a female who has a perfect dude that takes care of her, helps her financially, emotionally, physically, is there for you, treat you like this wonderful thing, right? And you just say, you know what? I don't care. Fuck this whole shit. Who does that? Nobody. Oh, everyone looks so much happier now. Girl, man, don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody with nowhere to stay. Ponytails.
Don't nobody fall in love faster than somebody that ain't got nowhere to stay. That is hilarious.
Because I knew what was up when I got locked up. I knew what I've been 8 years because it's unbelievable. That's why nobody could believe it. Because I'm not gonna be with somebody because they take care of me. I'm not gonna because they can take care of me or because they have money or because they have fame. I'm going to be with the person that is good to me, that opens my door, that sees that I'm stressed out and going through something and goes and buys me a little bracelet that says, you got this, engraved in it. Like, what? But you cheated. Why? Because that's what the internet told y'all? Because I didn't have to come on and tell y'all when me and my husband stopped sleeping in the same bed. I didn't have to come on here and tell. I'm not drunk. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm not drunk. I'm not nothing. I just don't like what's going on. I literally watched 3 platforms come across. My mom is calling me like, yo, they saying you're in a coma. I said, mommy, I'm not in no coma, mommy. I'm out of the coma. I'm not sick. The Millies, that's who he is. The white boy that should say he's a popular known rapper. We were at the Boston game, sitting next to each other. That's not my boyfriend. Cool as shit, man. Cool. That's not my boyfriend. Y'all know who I be with. Like, stop playing. Like, stop. I do not like the narrative. And in 2025, I'm not sitting in the back and allowing people to keep spinning these narratives and making it seem like they cool. Both of them. One of them has me blocked, and the other one. And when I woke up one day and got tired of taking care of people and protecting them and maintaining their image, that's when everybody was mad.
So that's when I want to pause, right? I want to pause because I said Remy Ma is the biggest example of how you cannot be so fucking male-centered and so much of a pick-me, because the same people that you defend will come and tear your ass up in a second. Women like me, we really try to stay very, even keel, right? Our morals, the integrity, the rules are the rules, okay? The rules are the rules as far as I'm concerned. And there are rules. It's just not the same rules that everybody else got. But one of my main rules is you don't do too fucking much. Especially now that I understand that you don't do too much on the behalf of men who are being accused of harming people, because the very men who harm people will harm you. Or the people that also defend them will come and tear your ass up. So I said that Remy Ma is extremely male-centered and always has been. Somebody on Threads that I blocked, I don't know, decided that they wanted to ask me why. First, they didn't know what male-centered was. Niggas is goofy. You want to argue with people about shit and you don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Y'all need to take a break. Y'all need to take a break and go take a class somewhere, because the amount of ignorant niggas on the internet arguing with people with college degrees about words that they don't know is insane. That's not the shit on anybody, y'all. You ain't had to go to college to be smart, but goddamn, you damn sure seemingly had to go to at least a class or two to be in your 30s reading books, because y'all don't be, y'all don't like to read in this day and age. Anyway, so I went to Chat GPT, and even though Chat GPT can't tell me shit about Tory Lanez right now, they did, but it was a lot of shit that you had to specifically ask. Okay. Like, it was very, very interesting using Chat GPT to pull up some shit about Tory Lanez and still not being able to find certain stories that we was talking about yesterday. Okay. But they can tell me all the times that Remy Ma has said some ignorant shit on State of the People or Joe Budden's podcast, whichever one it was fucking called. Okay. First of all, the first one is the one that I'm fine with, which is the Sheetha diss track targeting Nicki Minaj, right? Because I asked the times that she said something that has been perceived as offensive towards women. The first time was the Sheetha diss track. Number 2, comments on Megan Thee Stallion being a scallywag. In 2019, during an episode of State of the Culture, the panel discussed an interview between Megan Thee Stallion and influencer Brittany Renner. Remy Ma commented on Renner's use of the word scallywag to describe Megan, stating she kind of might have been right about calling her a scallywag. This remark sparked backlash on social media, with many interpreting it as a subtle dig at Megan Thee Stallion. And it also can be seen as slut shaming. You know, the same thing they doing to you in the comments, calling you a hoe? Yeah. Number 3, defending R. Kelly amid sexual misconduct allegations. On State of the Culture, Remy Ma questioned the validity of the sexual misconduct allegations against R. Kelly, suggesting his actions did not align with typical behaviors of artists, as if she knows. Most artists don't eat your ass. The ones that fuck kids do, bitch. Are you okay? She also implied that the accusations were more about the parents of the alleged victims than the victims. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, everybody that likes to defend R. Kelly by reminding us that all of those girls got there through their parents, as if it's still not his fault, as if he's still not the perpetrator of the assault. Yeah, something's wrong with you motherfuckers too. She also was skeptical towards Bill Cosby accusers. Okay, in discussion about Bill Cosby's conviction, Remy Ma expressed doubt about the credibility of some accusers, suggesting that the legal system was being used to target prominent black men. Do you not see how this same mindset is being used against you with this papoose shit? This is why, as a woman, you can't be out here running this dumbass shit, always protecting some abusive, toxic nigga, because they will do it to you. Number 5, generalizations about women in the industry. In the interview, Remy Ma discussed the scarcity of female rappers, attributing it to women being unsupportive of each other. No, those of us that are supportive, y'all don't really fuck with us. Y'all don't like us, right? We not y'all cup of tea because we not mean girls, and we ain't male identified, and we not running, skipping, hopping, and fucking jumping to defend some weird ass nigga. Because we not doing that, you don't see us. We out here though. Okay. But that's just some of the times that Remy Ma has shown herself to be male-centered and male-identified. And this is the reason why I tell women all the time, stop being so fucking loud on behalf of niggas when this same shit will be done to you, and the rest of the world will respond to you in the same way that you are responding to that man's victims. Y'all totally forget about the fact that there are real people on the other side of these men's atrocious behaviors. Y'all forget all about that. The black women online talking about they want equal justice, meaning that stop talking about black men doing wrong shit because y'all don't talk about white men doing wrong shit. That shit, when at the end of the day, that same thing is happening all over the place. I watched Brett Favre's documentary on Netflix yesterday, y'all. That shit was insane. I'm going to let her finish because we got to get through some more of this. And I'm going to talk to y'all about Brett Favre.
That's when everybody was pissed off. That's when I didn't want a manager anymore, when I didn't want somebody taking 20% out of my check and I still pay all the bills anymore. When I went,
he was pimping you. He was pimping you.
When I decided that I didn't like being guilt tripped. Oh, I was there when nobody else was there. That's the type of people that gets preyed on. Both of them. One of them has me blocked, and the other one. And when I woke up one day and got tired, hold on, Miss Jackson 780. I'm not butthurt. I'm the one that said, "Hey, please leave. Why are we doing this? Like, this doesn't make sense." Like, y'all believed me when I said this is the most amazing person ever in the whole world. That's why y'all think that, because y'all didn't see it. I'm lying. I did stupid shit like, hey, look at my new truck. It's a push gift. I bought that. So I did do some shit to put the sauce on it. But that's what you're supposed to do when you love somebody and you're in a relationship.
You're not supposed to do that.
Make them see like they're bigger than what they are. You understand?
No, but that's the thing, bitch. That's the problem right there. You don't big them up to be bigger than they are. That's not what you're supposed to do. If anything, especially with men, no, bitch, absolutely not. You do not big their head up to make them think that they're bigger than they actually are. That will always bite you in your ass. You're the woman. You want to be in a relationship with these using ass niggas, you better make sure they giving it up on every front that you want them to be giving it up on. That's crazy.
Let's be clear. Nobody's scared of nobody.
First of all,
that tough. I just don't understand why when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that.
That's true. They do kind of always go back to talking about you, but that's because he's not divorced from you all the way yet. Somebody said he went and signed the papers today. But I'm going to tell you, I don't even care about what Clarissa be talking about because Clarissa is a little cringe to me. And I think she's just young and dumb. And she's loud, young, and dumb. And so I'm going to just let her have it. But every time she be doing something, I'm like, girl, next time you have a fight, that's when I'll care. Ain't nobody trying to hear you Dick riding that nigga while he riding your coattails?
Would you please ask him? Because he keeps saying he doesn't have any clothes, but he doesn't really have to come over here and get them. I literally have. I'm so great. I'm so nice. Look how nice I had this bagged up. I bought these bags off of Amazon. These are good bags, and I packed it so nicely. Hats in one, sneakers in one, jackets in one. I did everything. So it's waiting here.
Do you see? Do y'all see? Went above and beyond, was doing way too much for this nigga then and still is now. And she's still the bad guy. That's why you don't be out here taking all these L's for these niggas, taking all of these deep breaths, sucking in all of this fucking air to push down your own wants and needs and opinions and thoughts and feelings in the moment so that you can placate date fucking fragile ass egos and shit. This is the reason why you don't do that. This is the reason why you tell niggas their hairline is receding and they fucking fat and they breast stink and they fucking broke and they need to do better. This is the reason why you tell them, because the women that go above and beyond to put sugar on shit, and shit is the niggas, they always end up clowning you on the back end and making it seem like they was the victim and you was the bad guy. That's why as a woman, you have to be okay with just being a bad guy. They say I'm the bad guy.
I cleared out this whole area. Everything. Look, this has been here since last year.
Nigga said if a woman packs your stuff up nice and neat, it's over, champ.
Like, I'm not stuck. Nobody, there's no hold up.
What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all about women moving around? Y'all told women to get broke niggas. They got broke niggas. And what happened? She literally said in a live that he didn't pay bills, talked to her crazy, cheated the whole time she was locked up, was controlling, but still played Mr. Black Love role model in public. She went along with it because that's what a supportive spouse should do. It's not. And y'all still saying she's bitter. She been done. She just want him to sign the papers and stop mentioning her. That's it. That's usually what be going on. But you'll be one of the bitches on the internet defending this nigga if it wasn't you, right? Right, Remy? And I fuck with Remy, y'all. I always have, but you gotta call a spade a spade. So this nigga just went and filed the paperwork.
Nobody's scared.
Now he just went and filed the paperwork. She had to beg him. Beg him. Good afternoon, Shamel. Please see the confirmation email below confirming that we have filed the complaint for divorce. When we received the official child, I thought Shamel. I thought, who the fuck is Shamel? Is that Remy's lawyer? That must be Remy's lawyer, because I thought Remy's real name was Reminisce. Anyway, Papu says this was so easy to file. This was so easy to file for divorce. Why hasn't she done it? That was a nice deflection, but that didn't work. The only reason I haven't filed previously is for the sake of my daughter. She has to go to school. When two individuals behave like civilized adults, you can get a divorce peacefully, privately, and that's what was my intentions. But when a person wants to be bitter and clout chase, it turns into a circus. I know you ain't talking about clout chasing. I know you ain't talking about clout chasing. You just lied for an hour straight, but actions speak louder than lies. You just called me yesterday trying to get back with me. I said no. Do y'all believe Remy called him yesterday saying she wanted to get back with him? I don't believe that, but I also, I won't believe her too tough. I won't believe the bitch too tough now, because again, pick me, male-centered ass bitches are not to be trusted, as I have said. Where's that video at? Where's that video at? Damn, I thought that video was in here somewhere. It's on site of this nigga boxing with Clarissa explains it all. And I was just like, if he ain't gonna do nothing, he gonna find a way to make himself a part of whatever the woman he doing shit so he could shine some type of way. And if he turns into a manager for her, that girl career gonna go downhill. Like, I hate that. I feel like, are these women not watching the movies? Like, are y'all not watching some of these movies that show you how men will come into your life and then like take over your business because they feel small in comparison to you, especially if you had a little star power or something like that? It happens with women over and over again, y'all. It happens with women over and over again, where they let some nigga in charge of their business, and then the nigga be stealing, cheating, taking their money, using it to go fuck with other women, stuff like that. Like, it happens all the time. It happens all the time. So now he on the internet in a hat.
Everybody who know me, y'all know my style. She came on here claiming that, oh, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something was the last time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she kind of put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing, because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. With the lane, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. Soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do.
No. In this situation, when it comes to like interpersonal relationships, nobody could ever really know but the people that's involved.
They know you y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming, the return of the queen, right? All the fans witnesses her.
That was all for you. That was all for you. Just like it's all for you, that shit you're doing with Clarissa right now. You being a hype man. You being a hype man. And the hype men always pretend you're the fake nice guy, right? That's what this is giving. It's giving nice guy. I did all of this shit for you. You can't leave me. When at the end of the day, yes, I can.
Come home. Witnesses have the big wedding ceremony, followed our entire journey.
Which is what he wanted.
Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school.
All right. So let's see what Remy said in response, because I don't feel like listening to him talk.
I was trying to get back here. Y'all, would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Here's my phone right here. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let's go to my messages. Let's go. Let's flip this real quick. This is my messages. Look what he saved as. Bozo. Let's scroll down. Let's go to yesterday. This is yesterday. Let's go up. Look at him being my friend. Sending me pictures of the baby. My daughter's asleep. This is Tuesday. My daughter's asleep at 11:18. My daughter's asleep. She's asleep. This she sleep. This is the other day. This is the other day. Everything's fine, right? Ain't no issues. You ain't telling you sending those type of texts at 11 something at night, right? Okay, what I said, leave my baby. I was trying to get back. Y'all, would y'all like to see my message? Be alone. Should be thanking me. That's it. Everything he got yesterday at 10:59. Can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again. Like I told you, you have not retained or paid her. Tell Clarence to pay it. He will do it. I'm on hold. We'll be speaking to my lawyer shortly. I have no clue who that is. Spoke to my lawyer. We are meeting Saturday. Then we'll be ready for mediation. My lawyer just spoke to the person you said was your lawyer, and she stated she still hasn't been retained and that you should reach out, that she'll reach out to you. I'm tired of y'all playing public image games with me, and I'm being the bigger person, not playing back. I tried to be nice, but you played in my face. Garbage day is tomorrow, which is today. All things not belonging to me and my daughter will be on the curb tonight. I've been storing it for over 6 months. That's over 2. I spoke to my attorney again. She did not speak to your attorney since her and I spoke. We are meeting Saturday, which is the soonest her schedule allows. Be alone. Should be.
So
After that, we will be ready to proceed. The graduation is June 6th, right? No, it's June 5th. Stupid. Get back what you win.
right. Somebody said, girl, you deleted the messages. But the context of their conversation is about the divorce. The context of their conversation is about the divorce. So why would they have had a conversation about getting back together if both of them are talking about lawyers in the text messages? The text message not showing anything but immaturity. No, it is showing that they're having a conversation about the lawyers, which means we're not having a conversation about getting back together. We're having a conversation about the breaking up. Are y'all okay? That's her response after he said he didn't want the marriage anymore. I need to see the text prior to that. I'm confused. What y'all talking about?
That's what
Let's go back.
be thanking me. That's it. Everything he got. Yeah.
Leave my baby alone. It should be thanking me. 11 a.m. Can you send me your lawyer's name? This is her sending this, right?
Yesterday at 10:59. Can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again, like I told
you. Yeah. So when did y'all see anything? When did y'all see anything about saying he didn't want the marriage anymore? Where did that happen? Bondi just always blames the man. Okay. Thank you for announcing yourself. Thank you. I mean, maybe I listen. I mean, I think I just spent like the first half of this going off about how she ain't shit, and now y'all sitting up here talking about that. Girl, I don't know. Like I'm confused. I just don't like when people act like y'all can't see what's being shown here. The context of the text is we're texting about a divorce. We're texting about lawyers. This is not a conversation about getting back together. I'm so confused. Like that. That's that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots. Should I scroll back to then? Let me scroll back to then. Play with me. Play with me. Play with me. And there was no shots to go to Africa. It was pills. How do I know? Because the text came to my phone because he's still on my health insurance. He just didn't want you to go. That's all. So he could sit over there and call me every day about how.
Still on your health insurance?
Being here just makes me think about everything. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Not yesterday. I was laid up yesterday. Was I not laid up? Were we not laid up? Oh. What? Ew. I don't even like the cologne you wear. It's gross. Ew. doing? And you got me blocked. Emotional. Weirdo. I scroll back to when you was in Africa and people was wishing they got their shots. Should I scroll back to then? Want me to scroll back to then? Play with me. I'm really seeing try to, oh, you a girl. You a girl. Look at him. Emotional. Stop playing with me, sir. Stop playing with me. Matter of fact, let me get the Africa post on. Hold up. Hold up. And the only reason why, if anybody's wondering why is he still on my health insurance, because it's against the law in New Jersey while you're going through a divorce to take them off of your health insurance.
Oh, we need to move. We need to move. Louisiana ain't shit. The way my homegirl had that raggedy ass nigga drop her from the motherfucking insurance while she was still paying the cell phone bill. Oh.
So unfortunately, I can't. Let me get those ready. Send me shorty number. I send it directly to her. I send you the whole video thing that I literally entertained just because I knew this day was gonna come. Weirdo. Hold on. We in Africa, right? I ain't go to Sierra Leone. Hold on. Hold up. I'm really seeing try to, oh, you a girl. You call me later. You call me later. I'm busy. Hold on, sending me videos. Yo, right now it's 1 minute. I can't make this up if I wanted to. Why do I care what degrees is out there? Small talk. Videos of everything that's going on. Yo, how do they balance that? I'm not gonna lie, the molar carts is fire. It's only 92 degrees. I'm assuming it's supposed to rain. This and that's not. You already know when they give the temperature. Everything was fine. Look at me, you dressing like Brooklyn over there. You better get some kente cloth. I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff. Stop it. You have clothes. Look, I hate traveling with a bunch of stuff, and I don't have any clothes anymore. I wear the same things all the time. Stop it. You have clothes. You just don't want to come get them. What are you talking about?
I say, stop screaming in the mall, bitch.
What you talking about?
Somebody said, yeah, she hurt, y'all. Can't convince me otherwise. Yeah, I think she is hurt. That she did all of that protecting and all of that, protecting and providing for a man. And he is basically replacing her with a younger, dumber model and acting like she's the bad guy and everything. When it's obvious that even at the least, he's still very much giving homosexual. And still, at the least, ain't no nigga being faithful to a woman while she in jail for 8 years. Tell it to your mom. Like, I think she has a right to feel hurt by how their relationship ended. But at the end of the day, those messages are not incriminating. I think y'all are misunderstanding the point of her messages, and that's, I think, why you start screaming at people, because y'all be like misunderstanding. Like, I don't understand why you're misunderstanding. He said in his post that she was asking him to get back together. So she pulled up her text showcasing that we've been cool in having small talk. I'm not a bitter baby mama. We don't have a problem. But I'm not trying to get back with him, because when you see the messages from yesterday, they're about a lawyer. How would we have had a conversation about getting back together if we're talking about, did you reach out to the lawyer? You need to reach out to the lawyer, because I'm tired of y'all playing with me. This is not hard. This is not hard. You say they're going in? On who page? On both of them? They both went live on each other's pages? Girl, let me see. We might
I
not
knew
get
he
Diddy
was dead
today.
ass wrong. It was like, yo, if you really fuck with me and you really care about me and you say you got love for me and you appreciate what that, y'all gotta chill. And niggas let him rock on the strength of me. Everything I ever did, people respected me, people treated me like how because of me, not because he was my dude.
I don't know why the sound went, but I don't think this is some makeup to break up ass shit. I don't think so. I think, like she said, they haven't been in the same bed since 2022. I feel like they've been broken up for a long time. This is not make up to break up ass shit. Like these people, honestly, I feel like she stayed with him out of obligation. And that's because niggas be really good at guilting you into, that's why it's called coercion, right? It's not always, bitch, do what I tell you to do. Sometimes it's, I'm gonna extend myself and do a whole bunch of shit you didn't ask me to do so that you feel guilted into doing the shit that I want you to do. Men do that all the time. Like, as a woman, I would not ask for help simply because I don't want you expecting something from me because I asked for your help. And I think once men realized that that's what we was doing, they started to try to shame us. Oh, you don't need no help, right? You don't need no help, right? You strong, you can do it on your own, right? Why you don't ask a man for help? Because I don't want you to feel like I owe you anything. I don't even, like, you know how girls be like, oh, we like for niggas to buy us drinks and all of that. I don't want you to buy me a drink. I don't want you to do anything for me, because every time y'all do something, it is for an interaction. It is so hard for me to take something. Like I remember, and I think the guy was gay. That I'm gonna just hang. I think the guy was gay. He bought me a drink and I took it. I was like, you sure? Like, and I felt obligated to do something more than say thank you because he got me a drink, as if I don't go around buying drinks for people. It's easy and it don't be nothing either. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nothing from nobody. It's just, if it's easier, I got it. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? But as a woman, you literally walk around being very conscious not to let niggas do shit for you, because then they feel like, well, I did this for you. That means you need to do this for me. And then when you be like, well, no, that's not what that meant for me. Now you have to deal with a nigga coming at you sideways or being angry with you because he feels like he did something for you and you didn't do something for him in return.
He's saying everything on his name and you paid the last bill out of his account. Oh, I'm glad he said that. Oh, I'm glad he said that. I need my other phone open. Boom. I bought the house. I paid the taxes on all the houses. I bought all the houses in cash. After I got locked up and I seen how nobody had enough money to take care of my shit when I was gone, I said, moving forward, if I could afford to buy it, I'm gonna just buy it. I'm never getting a mortgage. I'm never doing a lease. I'm never doing that. I bought every house in cash. I pay every insurance on every house. I pay all the taxes on every house. The only thing he had to do was pay the utilities. And most of the time, those had turn off and termination notices because he wasn't paying them. The last one that he claimed he paid, he texted me. This is why I don't know why he's saying this. He texted me, yo, that came out of my account, $4,000. I said, okay, my bad. I said, well, you owe me $15,000. You borrowed the last month, you asked about $25,000. I gave it to you in cash. You gave me back 10. You owe me $15,000. Just take it out of that. It is what it is. Why get a fucking termination notice like the next month or 2 months later? He never even paid. He paid. It came out of his account. He refuted the charge. I have. Yo, this is crazy. Look at this. Look, my phone died. Look, it's coming back on myself. That's not crazy. Look at God. My phone died. I didn't even charge it. It's coming back on. God want me to tell y'all. Bro, I don't care about nothing about what you're talking about. You filed, right? I finally got your file. Sign them. Sign them. Sign them. Sign them. Sign them tonight. Sign them tomorrow. Sign them. I was broke when? I can make a list of y'all. I can make a list and tell y'all how I get money. Like if niggas, like, I can't even talk because I'm still legally married to this motherfucker. When it's one paper, if you tell him to sign the papers tomorrow. He say he don't want nothing. I don't owe him nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't owe him shit. Sign the papers, and then we'll talk. How about that? Yeah, December 14th, I uninvited him to my daughter's party that cost about $35,000. He gave me $5,000 like he does every other year. Because some years he don't give me shit. And her party be $50,000, $40,000. He gave me $5,000 the day before. He had went on Instagram on this shit, was talking crazy, was acting real crazy. Everybody from her school, her classmates was coming, the parents was coming. I said, listen, you on bullshit right now? Don't show up to my daughter party for no bullshit. Just don't come. I told him that. Do not come. Because I literally emailed and texted all the parents. It was like, listen, I know some of y'all may have seen what went on yesterday. He didn't do that because you know why? He doesn't have the emails of anybody that goes to our school. He's not on the PTA. He doesn't know any of that. I emailed everybody and said, hey guys, I promise you that there will be no drama at my baby's party tomorrow. Please show up. Like, she's expecting this. If she shows up and nobody's there, she...
Okay, I'm gonna come back to this tomorrow. I do want to touch on some Diddy shit before we get out of here. Because y'all know we got the Ooh Ladies first panel tonight in like 30 minutes. So I do want to move on from here for a second. And go to the Diddy situation just right quick, right fast, because I do want to discuss some of the things that Kid Cudi said during the trial today. Yeah, I don't want to, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, based on what I understand right now, what I understand is that Remy was being male-centered and pick-me as fuck. Not only in her commentary on, social platforms and other people's fucked up situations, but also in her own marriage, going above and beyond, doing way too much for a nigga that did not deserve it, and it bit her in the ass. That's why you don't do all of that, okay? But I do appreciate her telling the truth about the situation, because I like for motherfuckers' masks to be flipped off. Like, I think we all know what we're looking at when it comes to Remy. Like, I don't think anybody is like feeling like, oh, Remy is a full ass victim and all. No. Cautionary tale, my nigga. Cautionary tale of how a man will use you if you allow him to. And when you are so loud about protecting men, this is the way they do you in your real life. That's all that is. Cautionary tale. Everybody, oh, you always on the man, you always on the woman's side. Oh, shut the fuck up. I ain't on neither one of those motherfuckers' side, but I'm gonna call it how I see it. And to me, she really do look like she don't want to be bothered anymore. I've packed your shit up. I just want you to sign the papers. He does look like a homosexual. The way that man went from a relationship with Remy, not even fully being divorced yet, to a lookalike younger who he has attached himself to her career, to the point that he's rapping at her boxing matches. He's on social media during interviews with her. He's using the relationship as a storyline to make he and Clarissa a little bit more famous, because he's going to need for Clarissa to make more money in order to be able to rifle the lifestyle he was probably able to obtain with Remy and off Remy's back. I'm sorry. That's what I see. That's what I see. He needs to do something besides find a woman to ride coattails, because that's what he did. He found a woman and he's riding her coattails. And everything he did for Remy in their relationship, I know a lot of y'all will feel like, oh, that was love, da-da-da-da. It's bullshit. It is an investment. He played the long game with Remy. He recognized that it was probably better to stick it out with Remy, get fame off of being Remy's nigga. When she gets out, you can get even more fame, because he's not really doing anything. He's not really rapping like that. That's not making money. He's not really doing any shows. He is attaching himself to whatever his woman is doing. That's what he's doing. He's a grifter. And there are 100 motherfuckers just like him all over the place that's looking to rub feet and kiss toes and lick ass so that they can have somewhere to stay, so that they can have a woman provide them a lifestyle that they don't want to work for. The same shit y'all be mad at women for doing. He's a gold digger, bitch. He take your money. Well, he's in need. Yeah, he's a trifling nigga in need. Oh, he's a gold digger. Way over town. That's sucking on feet. Fuck out of here with that shit. Okay? And you can argue with your motherfucking mama. I've been saying that. Now, I spend most of the time talking about Remy and Papoose, equally talking about how they both ain't shit in some respect. Y'all niggas still gonna get in the comments talking about Bondi just always hates men. Yeah, except my own nigga. Thank you.
I'm a savage. Whatever I want, I'm going to get. Whatever I want, I have to get.
Can't stop. Won't stop.
One of of the best things I have ever done. Hold up. I want to see if Kid Cudi's portion is in here. Yes, it is. Let's go. Shout out to Demetria Lucas. Okay, once again, my correspondent pulling all the evidence together for me to talk about with you motherfuckers because I trust her. Okay. And also, I go and read this shit for myself, okay? And it's like once I didn't read they shit and I go back and read hers, child, she put it together concise for me. Thank you so much, Demetria. I appreciate not having to pay assistants to do shit that other content creators who are bigger than me get paid to do. Makes me feel so much better about it. All right, Diddy's trial, day 9, part 1. And I'm skipping over day 8. I feel like, I don't know if I read it yesterday, but it doesn't matter. At some point, y'all know I will reiterate and talk about all this shit again. Day 9, part 1. Today's recap sourced by Washington Post, CNN, and USA Today. George Kaplan, Diddy's former executive assistant, is back on the stand. George describes Diddy as a god among men. He added, Diddy didn't just push me to my deepest depths. He took me to depths that I didn't know I had. He actually helped me grow as a man. George, Diddy, Cassie, and security took a private plane to Vegas. George heard a tremendous, I don't know what tremendous, but I guess a tremendous noise or something. George heard a tremendous damn. Look, somebody else was like, what? Commotion. Thank you. George heard a tremendous commotion and glass shatter. Looked back and saw Diddy standing over Cassie. George looked away. Cassie yelled, "Isn't anybody seeing this?" Neither George nor security helped her. I was 23 years old, George testified. All I wanted to do was have a great job in the entertainment industry. He was concerned speaking out could jeopardize Diddy's well-being. He did not see injuries on Cassie after 2015. You see what he said? I'm more worried about his well-being because I want my job so he can abuse this girl in front of me. And what's going to be most important to me is his career and my career. 2015. George got a call to meet Diddy's at LA residence in the bedroom. He saw Cassie on the bed with bruised eyebrow and forehead. He didn't stop to talk to her or check on her. Diddy was in the bathroom. He told George to pick up several over-the-counter remedies, including witch hazel. George went to a pharmacy and used his corporate card to purchase the items, which he recognized would work as an anti-swelling agent. Defense asked how expenses were handled for Diddy. George said Diddy never personally paid for something in the moment. Usually an assistant will hold Diddy's wallet, which held just a credit card and a license. Diddy's travel and excursions were handled by employees, not Diddy. George added that Diddy had employees who dealt with the finer details of finances. To think that he knew where some of these things were coming from is unrealistic, George said. 2015, George quit after he saw Diddy hurling green apples. He wasn't sure if they were real at Gina Hunn, one of Diddy's girlfriends. The apples were in a decorative bowl displayed near the entrance of Diddy's Miami residence. I was not comfortable or aligned with the physical behavior that I had seen pieces of, he testified. He did not know if any apples hit Gina. George assumed the behavior was normal for the entertainment industry. George confirmed Diddy never physically threatened him. He never heard Diddy verbally threaten to physically harm Cassie. George never saw Diddy with a gun. George gave notice in September 2015 and finally left in December. He told Diddy he was leaving because his dad was sick, and Diddy was extremely gracious. George invited Diddy to his wedding and did not hear back. He still contacts Diddy on his birthday every year. I desperately did not want to come here, he said. George and Diddy nodded to each other as George walked out. So George left because he couldn't work with him anymore, but also still likes him. That's very interesting how the assistant still likes Diddy, even though he stopped working with him because he didn't like what he was seeing. Doesn't that sound familiar to how Cassie kept going back and still loved him even though he was abusing her? Seems that he has this type of relationship with a lot of people. Scott Muscudi, aka Kid Cudi, walking through like James fucking Dean in a jacket, some jeans, and a cigarette. Child, I loved when I saw Kid Cudi walk up to that damn courtroom. I don't know, it just did something for me. Okay, so they called Kid Cudi to the witness stand. Cudi testified that he thought Cassie was single when he was dating her in 2011. In December 2011, Cudi received a call from Cassie Ventura around 6 a.m. telling him Diddy found out they were dating and she feared Diddy was on the way to Cudi's house to confront him. She sounded really stressed on the phone, nervous, scared, so I went to go pick her up, Cudi testified. Come on, listen. Cudi took Cassie to the Sunset Marquis Hotel while the pair were together. Capricorn Clark, I know what this lady looked like. Like, that's the crazy part. You're remembering some of these people. An assistant who worked for Diddy called to inform Diddy and an affiliate. Hold up. Capricorn assistant who worked for Diddy called to inform Diddy and an affiliate were inside Cudi's home in the Hollywood. So Capricorn called and gave Kid Cudi the heads up. Capricorn said she had been forced to go with them. Cudi called Diddy on the way to the Hollywood Hills. Cudi, motherfucker, you in my house? Diddy, I just want to talk to you. Cudi, I'm on my way. I'll be right down. Diddy, I'm over here waiting for you. When Cudi arrived at his home, Combs wasn't there. Cudi noticed that his security cameras had been moved and some Christmas gifts he purchased had been opened. His dog was locked in a bathroom. Cudi got in his Porsche and called Combs to ask where he was. Cudi said he was angry and wanted to fight, but calmed down after hanging up. I don't know what his intentions are, he told the jury. He filed the police report instead. That's what it was meant to say. December 2011, Cudi spent Christmas with Cassie and her family. Combs texted him a couple of times wanting to speak. January 2012, Cudi got a call from his dog sitter telling Cudi his Porsche was on fire in the driveway. Cudi and Sean arranged to meet at the Soho House in Los Angeles to talk. Sean Combs was standing there with his hands behind his back like a Marvel supervillain. Cudi testified. Let's not forget how that nigga looked in that damn Joker costume for Halloween. Cudi described Diddy's demeanor as off-putting and noted he kept offering me water. It was weird that he was so calm. Why was he offering him water, y'all? What do y'all think was in the fucking water? Diddy told him they were homies and said he couldn't understand why Cudi would mess with Cassie. You knew that was my girl. Cudi recalled Diddy saying, Cudi said he had taken Ventura's word when she told him that she and Diddy were over. When Cassie arrived at the meeting, she explained, her and Cudi fell in love and things just happened, Cudi said. To me, it sounds like Cassie is not really with Diddy because Diddy gets to go and do whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants. But as soon as she moves on, he keeps tabs on her, pops up and acts like, that's my girl. We not together, nigga. Cudi asked Diddy about the Porsche. Diddy said, I don't know what you're talking about. Cudi pulled his hand back. Diddy asked what was wrong. Cudi confirmed with Diddy that his word was he didn't have anything to do with the damage to the Porsche. He thought Diddy was lying. Cudi said he was upset to hear Cassie went back to Diddy. 2015, Cudi and Diddy ran into each other at the Soho House again. I just want to apologize for all that bullshit, Cudi recalled Diddy saying. This is how Diddy gets people. Diddy does terrible things and then apologizes or sends the money back or whatever. And then it's like all is supposed to be forgiven. And I want to tell y'all that is the cycle of how abusers work. That is. And if you don't forgive them, then they get mad all over again. Cudi testified that was the last thing I expected to get from him. Cudi said Cassie told him Diddy would hit her sometimes, kick her. She never mentioned sexual abuse. Cudi said he was in love with Cassie. After they broke up, they just stopped talking after being in contact almost every day for a year. Defense, she played you, right? Cudi, yes. I don't like that. I don't like that because I don't think that's what happened. Not really. Defense notes that a DNA test was done. Defense thanked Cudi for his testimony. Yep, no problem. In part 1. Hold up. DNA. The most common damning thread as the testimony is the number of grown men and women who witnessed, heard, and were informed of the abuse by Diddy, but felt paralyzed by the threat of harm to their bodies, aspirations, careers, or finances. That's the truth. Somebody, it was something they said that was done to the dog. I saw it right there. It said that they locked the dog in a bathroom, but I saw somebody say that something was done to the dog. Dog was harmed or some shit. Hurt my dog. Yeah. Let's see what Hollywood Unlocked said. Next witness, AUSA. All right. Took the stand, dated in 2011, December, breaking. They basically trying to make it seem like she was some hoe that was cheating on him. But it's like she didn't play you. I don't think she played him. I don't think that was the intent at all. The played means I lied to you about, me and him being together when that's probably not what was going on. It's probably he doing whatever the fuck he want to do, so I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. That's what it was. But you want to say, so she played you. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That was even worded that way. Just such a childish way for a lawyer to describe something. Like, really? Played you? Child. Anyway, let me see. Dog locked in a bathroom. AUSA, how did you usually leave your dog? I let him roam. How long had you had your dog? 3 years. What changes were behavior of your dog after the break-in? Jittery, on edge all the time? I got back in and called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him. Oh, so you traumatized the dog. We don't know what you did to the dog, but we know you traumatized the dog. Child. Wow. Hold up. I got back in and called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him. Did he answer? Yeah. He said, I'm on my way. Right. We read all of that. Child, not a Molotov cocktail. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I think that Diddy was one of those niggas that watched all of the movies back in the day and adopted a way of thinking or a way of performing his villainism from watching black movies and shit. Because if this ain't giving Big Red and all of the rest of them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's definitely giving he was nervous before going around this nigga. And that's another thing. I think Diddy intimidates a lot of men. And that's the reason why a lot of people in the industry never did anything. Why they just stood on the side, because they were scared that one day they would drink some water and end up ass up in a hotel, wondering how they got there with a so tush. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are scared of that. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go so that I can come back for the Ooh Ladies first panel. Yeah, as I said, there's so much stuff going on that I would have wanted to talk to you guys about, but it's so much. But I mean, I think the more we hear testimony from people, the more it is made obvious that Cassie asked for help many times and nobody helped. And that Sean was a polarizing figure that scared the bejesus out of everybody around him. So yeah, the panel is on Jamie That's Me's channel tonight. So y'all go over to there. We will be over there shortly. Okay. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for y'all. I will see y'all over there and we'll talk again soon. Don't forget it's my birthday, bitch. So show me some love before I get out of here. Peace out.